Welcome to CayTube News. I'm Darla Headspeak. Hitting off the news tonight, top polling Republican presidential candidate Mitt Romney is coming under increasing criticism for his massive personal fortune, much of which is said to be sequestered in the Cayman Islands. When questioned directly about the Caymans during a recent press scrum, the candidate was heard to say, "I don't know why no one talks about Cayman. I never heard of that place." Apple, not content with an overwhelming control of the U.S. and world markets for technological gadgets, has announced that it has been taking direct aim at the lucrative Caribbean phone market. Spokeswoman for the Cupertino tech giant Grant E. Smith, speaking at the CES show in Las Vegas, stated, "There's not a lot of people there, but boy, do they talk a lot." Decided to release a special product that is suitable for the marine environment. The upgraded hydrophobic handheld communications device will be released this month and will be known as the iPhone. In local news, with final negotiations almost completed with China Harbor Engineering for the cruise ship port, local companies are jumping on the bandwagon in an attempt to capitalize on the impact of this mega project. Some recently announced news. Reflections has announced that it will now stock steel-toed safety flip-flops. Local developers have announced a new high-density housing development on the Dyke Road near the village of the Rackleys to be called Kowloon Bay, with the guiding theme being live, work, work, walk. Seymour's has announced plans to add jerk egg rolls to their tickets. In government news, according to a recent GIS press release, government spokeswoman Dalwini Mandela has announced that in response to an overwhelming number of calls to the Work Permit Reform Task Force, the department has decided to change their phone number. And now to Bubbles McGee for the Society and Entertainment News.
Thanks, Darla. I'm so nervous. Oh, hi, I'm Bubbles McGee. South Sound residents had a benefit last night to raise money to put on a fundraiser. South Sound Affair will help them put on a really, really great gala to raise lots of money to protest government plans allowing people to build on vacant land in the South Sound area. "We don't own the land, but by Jove, we'll make sure it remains vacant," said one local judge, who wished to remain anonymous. "Voting changes things," said another local resident. "It makes things different. We don't like that." This one on? C-Notes, the Cayman Music Association, announced their annual awards at a gala event held at Reynolds on Saturday morning. The early morning affair was necessitated by the late arrival of several of the awards recipients. "Well, we didn't know who was going to win, and anyway, there was a spot check on my way in from Easton," said perennial favourite Barefoot Man, who I'm pretty sure doesn't have an accent like that. I'm really bad at accents, aren't I, Darla? Sorry. Barefoot Man. His album, Beethoven in a Big Bra, was the prize winner of the Classical Album of the Year award. In a field that included entries from Michael Bublé, Celine Dion, and Neil Rooney. When I ordered food, he continued. Other notable C-Note honorees included Billy Adam for his hit protest single, "Hey Waiter, there's turtle poop in my soup," and Oldham McLaughlin and his unforgettable duet with Elio Solomon, outlining the hit 80s classical rock, Radio Clash. Back to you, Darla.
Thanks, Bubbles McGee. With our award-winning sports reporter, Alex Touchdown.
Thanks, Darla. I'm down here outside the locker room trying to catch an interview after the big game today. Coach Hank, you got a minute to chat with us?
Yeah, sure. You guys cleaned up now, right?
Hank, thanks for taking the time to talk with us today. I know you've just come off a grueling match. How do you feel?
Well, I feel fine in the physical sense, if that's what you're talking about.
Yeah, right. Well, listen, I know your quarterback tore his Achilles tendon a few months ago. Did you think your opponents found your Achilles heel out there today?
Well, that's an interesting analogy, you know, because it's never been clear to me how the waters of the river Styx, which silenced the gods for 9 years, could confer immortality. Never mind a quarterback sneak like we saw this afternoon.
Well, thanks for chatting with us. Thanks a lot. Moving along, let's bring out one of the sport's brightest new stars, Joe Thyman. Joe, thanks for chatting with us today.
My pleasure.
Listen, Joe, I want to ask you about your state of mind in the locker room at halftime, given the score. I mean, exactly what's going through your team's mind mentally speaking, given the beat you're taking in the first half.
Well, I think that Freud said it best when he suggested that human behavior, experience, and cognition are largely determined by irrational drives. And those drives are largely unconscious.
And how do you respond to that?
During my halftime pep talk, I found that an attempt to bring those drives into awareness was met with resistance. It was only through verbalization of unconscious thoughts through free association and other techniques we were able to create insight for resolution of the problem!
Well, thanks for chatting with us today.
Yeah.
Ronnie, round up some chilies or something else. Who's up next? Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Bring them on. And we're back. Let's bring on the star of today's Blood and Guts lineup, the gladiator of the field, the undisputed ringleader of this massacre of melee-minded mutants, Boris Country Clark. Boris, come on, boy. Boris, come on. Boris, it's great to see you, man.
Yeah, thanks.
No, I mean it. It's really great to see you.
Yeah, thanks.
Listen, Boris, what a bad fest out there today. In the defense, they were all over you guys.
Yeah.
What about that one beautiful mid-air catch of yours? Right place, right time.
Yeah.
How lucky was that?
Luck had nothing to do with it, Alex. Listen, all I had to do was extrapolate and calculate the projectile's endpoint across the parabolic curve, keeping in mind, of course, the quarterback's meter velocity, release angle, and ball rotation, which, as you know, are all factors that influence air drag. Then I just timed my own horizontal and vertical components of velocity to coincide. Of course, I didn't have to use a variable coefficient of friction on account of the rate it was falling to achieve the desired end result. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Huh? Yeah.
We discussed it, Buffy, but as cheer squad captain, I decided to keep it.
No, actually, Cindy Lou, we decided as a team to change it. I mean, it doesn't even make sense. It doesn't know how to extrapolate. And if you're going to talk about extrapolation, you might as well talk about projection. They go hand in hand. Like manager.
Pedicures and pedicures. Fine, what do you want to change it to then? Okay, cool.
Ready? Okay. 2, 4, 6, 8. How will we triangulate?
And you think people won't know how to triangulate? I've been triangulating since I was 5. Jesus.
Okay. Why don't we try and change it totally? Like, okay, alarm. 2, 4, 6, 8. We strive hard to bifurcate.
Oh my God, that was so good.
Throwing it back to you, darling. I'm out of here.
Well, that's our news for tonight. I'm Darla Headspeak, and thank you for watching CayTube News.